Bill Hensel here again, your friendly local constitutional coop in California. And this is another updating video here. I've got really exciting news I've recently discovered here. And oddly enough, doesn't come from the U.S. Supreme Court where I get 95% of what I do. But this connects a lot of dots. And it's going to help us go in even to their corrupt courts, aka administrative tribunals, and win our case there and then, and or present a settlement demand to them, to get them to drop the charges and pay you off big time because of all the structural or jurisdictional errors that we can prove. And it's astounding. It really is, when you think about it. And, it's my job to teach you, how to get fully up to speed here. And you will do that and quicker than I did. Send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. And it took me a while back in the day, but when I sat down one Saturday, I said, my God, this can't be right. But it was and it is. And you're going to learn. And with ease, too. We say it simply with attitude and with authority. Very little in the way of quote unquote legalities are going to be involved here. But a lot of citations from the U.S. Supreme Court and those racist framers of the Constitution, about what they did. And that Constitution, they ordained and established it to secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Not Chase Bank, not IBM, not Microsoft, not corporations. We're in a principal and agent relationship here. Yet everyone in government today thinks the relationship is guardian and ward at best, as you're going to learn from the Georgia Probate Code. But really what it is master and slave. And you're going to learn that the ratification with the capital RAT of the non-existent 14th War Amendment, transformed the members of the sovereign body politic of the nation and republic. And yes, that's free white male and 21, no apologies, no excuses. Now they converted us into undocumented enemy aliens. And they did the same thing to everybody else. And that's what we have to get back to. Is that status. We get our original intent back in our Republican form of government of defined and limited powers, and get rid of today's much valued democracy, 3 bulls and 2 sheep voting on what's for dinner, aka today's elective despotism. And you're also going to learn, by the way, we haven't had a lawful election since November the 6th, 1860. Where the hell is the consent of the governed here? To learn more, send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. And it's all going to make so much sense. You'll have a little studying to do, but not much. I don't use a lot of Latin and a lot of legalities and this, that, and the other. It's very simple. And you'll pick up on it. And, when it's right, you can look at it and you know it's right, almost without knowing. But that's how good of a job those framers did for us. And we want it back. We can go back to that government, the best one ever invented, make changes and do it right this time. And that sure as hell is not what happened back in the day, with the Reconstruction Act of 1867 and the 14th and 15th War Amendments. But you're going to love what you're going to learn about all that nonsense. It doesn't apply. It never did. And Trump knows it. Bondi knows it. And best of all for us, the current justices on the Supreme Court know it. And I wish they would have acted faster than they did this term. And I'm expecting some retirements. We'll see how that goes at the end of the month. I'd like to see 3 of them. And Trump get 3 younger ones on there. And now they can go full speed. And boy, I tell you, when the shit hits the fan here, what this nation and republic has turned into is going to be very ugly. And the Supreme Court is very guilty. And they damn well know they haven't done their job. But if the new younger conservatives get in there and tell people that and say, yeah, we're going to take it from here and do the job that we took a sworn oath to do, that's going to change things faster than just about anything else we can do. And the approval rating is going to shoot through the roof. And that's what I'm looking for. The next term may be the best term maybe we've ever had on the U.S. Supreme Court. And that's saying something. But we haven't had a window like this in 150 years. And we want to take full advantage of it. And so do you. And you can help your kids and your posterity to do the same thing and keep us on track after we're gone out of here and keep that government in full force and effect. That's how exciting it is. We have a real chance to do it and set a record for other nations and say, look at what we just did here. Now, we did have a constitution to back us up, no question about it. But you can maybe do the same thing in your nation, and for the same basic reasons that you do also have creator endowed inalienable rights, and set the model and show them it can be done. Boy, how good would that be to see? I won't be around long enough to see that, but boy, if that is the result of the work I do here, that would be a great compliment. And I can look back on it and be thankful when I get up to heaven, which is presumably where I'm going to be going. Not like all the perps, in their local courtrooms, the fat little bastards and those six-pack asswipe attorneys who are going to be going the other direction. Um, but it really is that good and comparatively simple to understand. I don't use a lot of Latin. I don't use a lot of legalities. Just common sense that everyone can understand, apparently, except for law school graduates. But it's that exciting. So remember to send me an email, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. Like the videos, tell your friends, get the word out. The quicker we start taking our lives and our property rights and getting our government back, the sooner we get the bastards off our backs. Thank you.